Back live with you tonight, and thanks for staying on. EFF leader Julius Malema accuses the Democratic Alliance of hatching a plan to plant agent provocateurs to agitate supporters during the national shutdown on Monday. He was briefing members of the media today, where the party outlined how the protests against President Cyril Ramaphosa's loadshedding, high crime levels and unemployment will unfold. NEwzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo filed this report.
EFF leader Julius Malema says the prophets of doom are in for a surprise next Monday when his ground forces and fellow South Africans join in on the planned national shutdown. But unlike in previous demonstrations, there won't be any clear starting point for their action, and unlike in previous times, he would not be drawn on how many people he's expecting to show up.
There is no starting point and finishing point. If I happen to be at the Union building, I will not have started anyway. So fighters, wherever they are just going to gather and then protest. And it's as simple as that. It doesn't have transport, it doesn't have anything. The same way they protest in their communities, they are going to protest like that on that day.
Malema says the court action by the Democratic Alliance, which is seeking to urgently interdict the Red Berets mass action in Cape Town, shows that the official opposition is determined to protect President Cyril Ramaphosa.
The DA says to black South Africans, any protest that doesn't involve white people is going to be violent because black people need puppeting. Someone must come there and puppet us and say, no, don't do this, don't do that. The only difference between what we are doing today, on the 20th of March, and what we did against President Zuma, the only difference is that it doesn't involve the white men.
Malema says they've engaged various stakeholders such as businesses, the Premier Soccer League, as well as taxi association Santaco, about their planned action and how it could impact their operations. He claims he's aware of plans to disrupt their protest.
We've been made aware that the DA has hired agent provocateurs who are going to be planted amongst the protesters of the EFF so that they can undermine the peaceful protest of the EFF, its integrity and its demands.
Malema has dismissed any assertions that next Monday's demonstration is the start of the EFF's election campaign for the 2024 polls.
Call it what you want to call it, election campaign and anything of that sort. Are you saying because there's going to be election at some point, the EFF must not do anything because it will be called election campaign? That is being naive. Protest can come at any time, even on the eve of the elections or even immediately after the elections. So we're not going to be told this is an election campaign. Let me whisper to you, election campaign of the EFF is going to be launched on the 29th of July at FNB Stadium. We don't masquerade.
The party says it cannot be held responsible for what happens on the day of the protest because it has never advocated for violence. For NEwzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Johannesburg.